Hello and welcome to what is a very impromptu quick update on Hurricane Lala, which has become a Category 3 storm on the Saffir-Simpson scale as of 4 p.m. Hawaiian Standard Time, August 18th, which is 1 a.m. Universal Time, and that makes it, I believe, 5 p.m. Pacific Time this evening, August 18th. Or thereabouts. Storm currently with winds near 120 miles per hour and a pressure estimate of 962 millibars, moving west or near west with a very slight northerly element at around 9 miles per hour. The storm has cleared quite a while ago the main Hawaiian Islands. It did make a Category 1 landfall briefly on the Big Island before weakening and getting itself sorted again. It retained a very tight core in the last 24 to 48 hours, which has allowed the storm to excel. As a matter of fact, with this eye starting to pop out in the last 12 hours, and it was looking pretty fearsome at that point, like it was going to do something, and sure enough, it surely looks like that it is intensifying quite a bit, already up to this level of intensity, which is not official, but we're expecting that the National Hurricane Center will confirm a major hurricane soon, and then beyond that, it could strengthen even more because we've got a window of 12 to 24 hours, I would say, maybe a little bit more, where this storm could intensify further, and clearly nothing is going against it at the moment. It is going to start to steer towards the north very quickly eventually, and move through some of the other smaller areas around the Papahanaumokuakea Marine National Monument, which is currently under a hurricane watch right now. Let's take a look at the latest satellite imagery behind us there, and there it is with some animated imagery, this time from GOES 18. We were looking at a Himawari image there, in fact, from the Western Pacific, because the storm is now very much in that territory where both satellites can pick it up and we get a good view from both ends. So there's the visible imagery, and this is the sandwich imagery from COD, showing that the storm's eye has really popped out and showing some pretty good temperatures. I've not actually marked out the temperatures yet, but I believe they're probably into the double digits positives right now in terms of that eye temperature, and surrounding it is a eye wall of pretty much minus 70s almost all the way round, which would normally indicate, just a general rule of thumb, a borderline Category 4. We could very well be seeing that on the cards very shortly if this storm keeps up what it's doing. In a moment I'll be able to show you the National Hurricane Center's forecast, but I don't currently have that right now, so let's take a look at what is shown on the Force 13 live stream. You can watch this live on our channel, youtube.com/force13/live, and as you can see, it's showing some other imagery there as well. That's some old imagery, as a matter of fact, from the Force 13 website, but certainly in those latest images up the top right hand side there, it is showing that this storm is looking quite good. You'll also note there on that top right corner, Tropical Depression 17W, which has formed in the Western Pacific. So it's a busy tropics once again, as it has been for quite a while now, throughout the whole course of the last month or so. Let's take a look at the full picture around the world right now. We have Lala and 17W and several other systems that could develop. You can see 3 of them marked in red, high chance of development in the next 5 to 7 days. One of them could be heading towards the Hawaiian Islands again. That's the one that we've marked down as T8 there. It should be passing to the south, but it could also become a hurricane. The other one that we've got marked there in the South China Sea, P8, we've marked it, could become a brief sprawling tropical cyclone as it moves on to Hainan and then into the Gulf of Tonkin and onto northern Vietnam. We also have a 70% chance for later on this week into the weekend for another Eastern Pacific system bowling down that alley. It could become another significant hurricane, although likely to remain out at sea. In between those two in the Eastern Pacific, there's also one other which has a low chance of development, and the Atlantic remains extremely quiet there as well, although actually it is missing an area of interest that we have marked. That is a 20% that we've given for the main development region. 68 points on T-Coast, which is code yellow, nearly code orange. That's mainly from Tropical Depression 17W, so that one is going to get itself going by the looks of things. The JMA have marked it as a tropical depression, and we expect that it could become an extremely powerful typhoon once again, following in the footsteps of more than one system that we've seen this year so far. Of course, Dolphin being the last one just last week. I believe now we can take a look at that forecast cone for Lala. There it is, with the hurricane watch and a tropical storm watch in effect further east, and you can see there that they're expecting the storm to reach major hurricane status. They haven't got it in their last update, but I think everyone can agree here that Lala is a major hurricane and well on its way, in my opinion, to category 4 status. Northwesterly turn imminent according to this forecast, and then a curve towards the north on Thursday morning, and then slightly northeasterly, and then curving slowly back around towards the north-northwest again, which will take it well up towards the much higher latitudes. But it looks like Lala could hold on for quite a while before it actually loses that tropicality. Very interesting to see just how long Lala will last before it ends up saying goodbye. Apart from that, not too much else to talk about in terms of tropical threats. Certainly these two are ones that we're monitoring right now. Lala for this potential impact here, although they are very low populations, if any permanent populations. And then of course we've got 17W, which could go on to affect also fairly uninhabited locations at first, the Northern Mariana Islands and the Northern Islands at that, and then on potentially towards similar places as to where Dolphin was heading. It remains to be seen just exactly where that one is going to go, but it will be interesting to watch. Certainly as we get towards the latter part of August, things are going to be looking interesting. And for those people who have lost hope in the Atlantic, I wouldn't at this point. There is still around about 80% average ACE that occurs after this date in the Atlantic hurricane season. So certainly cannot rule out activity in the late part of August, September, and of course beyond. It only takes one, but nonetheless it certainly has been a drab Atlantic hurricane season so far in 2026, and to be honest, at least one of those storms has been dubious. 3 on the books so far. I'm pretty sure Cristobal probably wasn't, but that's just my thoughts there as we conclude this update from Force 13 and myself, Nathan Foy. We may have some more updates in this format as we try and get everything else sorted. Has been a little bit of an absence recently due to many reasons, but what we're focusing on at the moment in particular right now is the 2025-26 Southern Hemisphere season reanalysis, which started at the start of last week and is now nearly finished. So that means that we should be seeing those 2025-26 animations coming out, probably starting to come out by the end of this month. And after that, probably a few other things besides. I believe a few of our team members will be getting up to speed and online with their own video editing templates for storm updates as well. So the net result means that we should be seeing more proper storm updates coming up on the Force 13 channel as we head into the later part of this season, which is obviously going to be good news because I think we will definitely need them as things seem to be hotting up quite a bit. So Lala, a major hurricane in the Central Pacific. Interesting feature to see. Can it get even stronger? The next hours will probably tell that story.